St. Petersburg, Florida, home to the Vinoy Hotel, a hotel with a history that at the end of this year turns 100 years old. All this is a remarkable achievement when you learn about 40 years ago, the 354-room hotel, nicknamed the Pink Lady, had fallen into such disrepair it was slated for demolition. We'll get to what was almost lost to a bulldozer in a moment. But first, let's go back to 1925, New Year's Eve. The finest hotel on the west coast of Florida opens. Using the vernacular at the time, it was the bee's knees. Or as they would say then, it was swell. That means things were awesome. Before there was Instagram, there were postcards. With a 1-cent stamp in 1934, a visitor announces to family in Providence, Rhode Island, "This is the place I spend most of my time. Sun all day long." In 1959, Pat writes to Robin Walker in Georgia, "This is real gone. I mean, way out. Wish you were here."
Every time I walk in.
You feel the history.
Rui Farias is a local historian.
Why did they build such a fabulous hotel in a place that really wasn't on the map?
Well, you know, St. Petersburg has had this weird history our entire existence. Originally, we were fishing, agriculture. I mean, we had more pineapples and cows than people, like tenfold. And then we became, and we still have this headline in the museum's archives of the St. Pete Times that said, "I came here to die."
Babe Ruth. The Bambino is still the game's greatest showman.
But all that changed when Babe Ruth and the Yankees, media in tow, came here for spring training.
If you talk to Yankees executives today, they still take credit for the fact that we are what we are today. That if it wasn't for them, we'd still be this little fishing village, right?
And that's what a New Yorker would always say.
Exactly. But you know what? You got to give them some credit because, in 1925, they arrive, they bring Babe Ruth with them. And it's funny because, like, the story is that the reason why they came to St. Petersburg, because they were training in New Orleans, but they needed to get Babe Ruth out of Bourbon Street. So they brought him here for spring training, right?
In 1942, America stopped vacationing.
You are about to embark upon the great crusade toward which we have striven these many months.
World War II was underway, and the U.S. War Department used the Vinoy to house soldiers training for the fight. The post-war boom turned the Vinoy into a favored winter resort. But by 1974, the hotel had closed. The only visitors were pigeons and homeless squatters. The Vinoy that carried its creator's name, oil tycoon Amer Vinoy Lofner, had become an eyesore. It sat empty for 18 years. The property owner at the time began a renovation, but in 2018 sold it to
Mayfield with pressure up the middle, floating it out. He's got him wide open.
the same family that owns the NFL Tampa Bay Bucks
did that all on his own.
And Premier League's Manchester United bought the hotel. Shauna Glazer, who grew up in St. Petersburg, and her husband Brian embarked on a multi-year ongoing restoration and renovation.
What did it cost to bring this back to life?
$200 million.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is not for them an investment. This is a legacy for their children. And so whatever they do, is with the vision of tomorrow and continuing the legacy of the Vinoy.
Is that rare in this industry?
Absolutely.
The Glazers recruited hotel veteran Vanessa Williams. Her career has taken her from South Africa to the world's top hotels in Beverly Hills, Guam, Bangkok, Hong Kong, Barbados, Beijing, and Seoul, South Korea.
When I hear where you were, you'd never heard of St. Petersburg.
No.
You'd never heard of the Vinoy.
No. And when I did post that I had accepted the position here, there were a lot of people that didn't know where St. Petersburg was either. And I started to my phone was blowing up because people were saying, "You're moving to Russia at a time like this?" So I had to educate on the destination.
Yeah. And so you've discovered.
I've discovered a community that I want to be a part of long term.
Over afternoon tea,
So we are doing as they did back in the day.
Yes.
Trina Reddick, the Vinoy's docent, suggested we take a tour to understand the meaning of preservation.
Those beams. Oh, what kind of wood is that?
Those beams, Peggy Cypress, which is a very, very expensive, very difficult to get to, but very termite resistant. The reason that's significant because our property was abandoned for many, many years. And it's great to have termite resistant wood that can sustain those years of abandonment as well.
Oh, so somebody had the foresight to say, let's save that.
Yes, to preserve it.
Same goes for the tiles on the floor. They were preserved and restored. The elegant touches of yesteryear, back in place today.
Beautiful stage. Who used to play here?
Tommy Dorsey.
Tommy Dorsey.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
let's listen just for a moment because I think I hear it. We've been transported.
Yes. We're back in 1925, where it all started. I love it.
One surprise during renovation, a vault filled with untouched original silver.
When they finally got the vault open, what they found was approximately 1,400 pieces of the original silverware wrapped in 1934 newspaper. And so the silverware that you're enjoying today is from that vault.
A nod to the past has also returned.
Yeah, this is the rose that's a little different color.
A signature flower arrangement. As it turns out, locals as well as guests routinely come to see and share on social media the weekly creations.
It was the first thing I noticed when I walked in.
Instagram. It's all about the Instagram.
Of course.
There we go.
Even behind the scenes, efforts to keep touches old school. All the pasta is handmade. The grill uses locally harvested white oak.
But it's really important that we support our community, especially when it's related to food. If we want good food, every time we buy food from a local farmer or fisherman or rancher or, someone who's chopping wood, like by buying from them, we're basically voting for the fact that we want good quality things in our community.
And it's woman-owned?
It is woman-owned.
Dishes do not leave the kitchen unless first approved by the hotel's Michelin-starred chef. The main dining room, the Elliott Astor, named after a purple Florida flower that looks like lavender cotton candy. And the signature drink, the Elliott Astor Martini, like the Vinoy itself, a unique flavor, rooted in history with a twist of nostalgia. Cheers to St. Petersburg's Hotel with a History.